Hello once again. Welcome to the Talk to the Expert series from the Spectrum Autism. So, Spectrum Autism aims at bringing awareness about invisible disabilities and inclusion of people with disabilities. So, the theme for this year is coming together, and this year, April is all about advocacy. I am Umayal Subramaniam, co-member of the team Spectrum Autism, an early childhood educator who runs a play school called Squirrels in Tanjavur. And today we have the beautiful, lovely Swati Morzaria ma'am, the founder and managing trustee of SARVAM Education Foundation. SARVAM School is an inclusive school under the banner of SARVAM Education Foundation. And it believes in bringing up children in the happiest of way possible, without any pressure to the body and to the mind. So good health precedes all things good, and SARVAM aims a holistic health for their children, teachers, and parents. Swati dreams of a world where teachers work with students to fill the gaps that social conditioning and society have made it difficult. Her vision is to help today's children become tomorrow's leaders and believes that yoga has an important role in it. So in the field of yoga, she owes her success to Mr. Mahesh Natarajan, who has been the mentor for the last 5 years. Welcome, Swati ma'am.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having me today. It's a long due meeting that we were supposed to have, but I'm just really excited. Thank you from the entire team of SARVAM on behalf of the other founder, Mr. Natarajan, as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So tell us about your journey as a parent. How did you get into the idea of inclusive education?
My child was born in the year 2007, 17 years ago. There were not many centers or schools in this part of Bangalore where we reside, which could really understand actually what my child needed.
Okay.
First of all, forget centers. I myself couldn't understand as a parent. 17 years back, the awareness levels were very low. People just thought that, you just have to take the child and just enroll them into just one or two centers. Yeah, some special schools. I don't want to name them. And just keep them there, and your child will be okay, and wait for things to just turn up. So it was a very, very tedious journey in terms of finding out and understanding myself as a parent, what I need to do, what kind of inputs I need, who I need as support, first of all, identifying the support system. As a parent, maybe because I was educated and because I was very logical most of the time, I could get the answers. I could find the answers myself. But after finding the answers, staying strong and staying with the decisions that I had made, knowing that this is something that the child needs, that was very difficult. And over the years, moving from one therapist to another therapist, because not to put anybody down or not to put any particular community down, in those days, it was not very easy to find.
People didn't accept easily.
Yes, people didn't even understand that every condition is different. Even therapists couldn't understand that every condition is different. So they would treat the child.
Everybody under the spectrum is the same.
Exactly. Every child is the same, and you do the same set of things with every child. And so I myself started learning. I myself started understanding and, applying different techniques, trial and errors, till I found the answer, the ultimate answer. And I stayed with it. Of course, there are other therapies that are very important. And my child, needed additional support.
Okay.
He was not under the category of a completely special child, but he needed additional support.
Okay.
And just looking at my child and thinking, oh my God, just, something so simple. A child is, requires some deviations are required, and people are not even able to accommodate those deviations. Imagine children where, we need to actually have a lot of deviations. How are these mothers, how are these parents managing? And that is what, from 2017
Prompted you
has
to
brought
start.
us, yes, here today too.
So tell us about SARVAM. How crucial is the role of the school in primary education of a child?
See, the word sarvam, it means complete. The meaning of sarvam itself is
all encompassing.
Yes, all encompassing. And our founder, Mr. Natarajan, the name came from him because of him. We wanted to, we chose this word because we want to send out a message to people that you don't need too many things to make yourself feel complete. You are complete within yourself, however you are. And therefore, the name is so fitting of the work that we do, that no matter what the condition, no matter how you are or what this body is, how this body is, you are just complete as you are. And therefore, the name is itself, it resonates, and the name itself
is holistic.
Yes, is what we are, is what we stand for. We stand for being complete as we are. So SARVAM came about in 2019. I was the founder of CAR before. Okay. And CAR was a school for all children, mostly neurotypical children. Somewhere in the journey at CAR, I realized that we need a different kind of foundation. We need a different kind of thinking. The regular holistic, the regular progressive. There are so many schools that are progressive, they are holistic, they have everything. They have all kinds of extracurricular activities to help children with different needs. What is it that we can change that can actually accelerate the progress or reduce the symptoms? We're not going to be able to cure. We're not here to cure people.
Yes.
Even doctors can't cure conditions that some children are born
with. Because it's a disability and it is not a disease.
Absolutely. And so one is born with it, or one gets it because of certain other conditions or environments that they're exposed to. So the goal was never to look at, children with different needs or additional abilities from a view of curing them. It is always from the point of view of reducing stress. How much stress can you reduce? It is stressful. So our goal is
that
always
makes so much sense.
Absolutely, it does, no? How much can you reduce? Reduce. Except it is not going to go away.
Yeah.
By accepting, the more you accept with certain techniques that we have, the more you reduce your stress. And it is so important for parents to first reduce the stress.
Yes.
Parents' stress is a direct
has direct impact on children.
Absolutely. The ratio of the stress to the ratio of the symptoms that the children have is just, if you do an analysis, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, I've seen people with positive vibes, they spread positivity to their children.
Yes.
And those with the negative ones have children who are, always.
Exactly. So SARVAM is, the main goal at SARVAM is this, to address the parents first, to work with the parents, and to provide an environment where we can all work together. SARVAM is about that. So you can't be complete without all the adults that are in these children's lives.
Yes.
You can't work in isolation with them. I can't work alone. Neither can a teacher work alone and say that it's going to work. So SARVAM is about all of us working together. Unashamed, transparent with each other, no fears. We don't at all worry if a mother has still not accepted, if she's still not able to even fathom what is happening. No judgment at all. So Sarvam is a place where everybody is brought in into the campus. Everybody, grandparents, parents, caretakers, caregivers, whoever wants to come in. Sarvam is a space where they can just come in, they can spend time with us, they can help their child, they can help other children, and they can observe us throughout the day. There's no fear in our team. It's a very strong team. And uh, to be fearless is another training that one has to go through. And we have Mr. Natarajan, obviously, the a yoga acharya who's the expert in instilling fearlessness. So Sarvam is a place which teaches people to be fearless, to accept, work together, understand that it is all of us that have to work for one child. They say, right, a village brings up a child. Here we need some 3-4 villages for every child. And therefore, that is what Sarvam is. It is a mix of all villages, of all people coming from all strata of the community and helping us with each and every child. That's what we do at Sarvam. So Sarvam is a dream. And we're just hoping that we can carry on dreaming and we can, just increase our work so much that the dream is a reality and we can build many more Sarvams in the world.
Definitely. So you believe that education is not only knowledge, but wellness of the body, mind, and heart. So this is what you've been telling me. So how do you incorporate it in Sarvam? So what are the activities you take up?
So again, I will just go with my example first. In Samarth's case, Samarth is my son, and who has, like I said already, some additional needs. Not too many where the school had to, schools had to deviate. Just the request of deviation requires a lot of courage from the part of the mother.
Parent.
Only those parents, who have this can actually going up to someone who has the power to make you feel respected, loved, irrespective of what you are, who you are, is a huge thing. To get the courage to go up to that person who's in power, who has the authority to take a call on these deviations itself is a lot. It can just bring you down. It can bog you down, because you don't want to hear no. You're so scared as a parent. What if they say no? Where will my child go? Where will I put my child? All of those things were always pushing me to understand how can I do this by maintaining my grace and dignity? By coming out of this feeling that it is okay. There is nothing abnormal. Yes, it's okay. I have to try. And I have to learn to hear no. I have to then
Accept.
Accept and not live in anger, but forgive the other person for their ignorance. That all people in the world, everybody in the world has a right to a normal education. You at least have to give them that opportunity once. So in all of that, I understood that if I have a sound mind, if I'm healthy, and if I'm emotionally strong and grounded in spirituality, is only when I can actually be there for my child.
Yes.
And I understood that by doing this, I got the power. I was empowered myself to not just be there for my own child, but to be there for other children as well. And that is why the concept of, having a balance of your mind, body, heart, and the inner self is so important at Sarvam. And so we do this training together, Mr. Natarajan and I, and we empower the parents first. Empower yourself and understand that you haven't done anything wrong. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to give excuses.
Have to feel the guilt.
Exactly. You don't have to give justifications. You don't have to explain your child's behavior in an elaborate manner. You come with the report, we see the report, and we say, okay, we know how to do this, all of us together. And as the head of the school, I think every school head should first understand that it is not actually a deviation, because in the scheme of things
Because
in the
each child
universe,
is unique.
absolutely, and each child is a part of Mother Earth. So where is the
Yeah.
deviation here? What are you taking deviation for? So if every school head can understand, it's going to be great. But the school head can understand only if their mind, body, heart, and inner self are in place, right? For which we have no control. It is their journey. They have to take it up. So this is why we say that, if you have a sound mind, body, heart, and soul, then there are so many things that you can achieve.
So how do you see? So this is wellness, and then next is play. So you have playtime, study time, and yoga time and all that in school. So how do you see play as a means to learn for young children?
The play is very, very, very important. We all know that we play even now. Many
Yeah.
of us, adults also involved in play. But we have reached a space where most of the time, it is the men that go out to play separately. It is the women that go out to play separately. We're never playing together, actually. And it's seen even in our schools, even now. We
Yeah.
don't play together. The boys play separately, the girls play separately. Even in our society, in spite of the society being so progressive, the first thing that I observe when I'm walking is the girls are playing separately and the boys are playing separately. Now, the cause at SARVAM or
Birthday parties, they have separate play.
yes, even
Games
now,
for children, for boys, separately for girls, separately for women, separately for
yes,
men.
absolutely. So first of all, play is having that barrier, especially in our country, where everybody is, trying to include, exclude according to age, according to, seniority, or according to the type of children, all of that, the kind of audience that you have, the kind of women that are in one group, all of that. So when I look at these children, the one thing that I realize is that play is an ability to copy. You play by copying, first of all. Children are like that. They copy and they play. The second thing is copying skills are very less in most, children with additional needs. They don't know to copy. So how are they going to play? How are they going to, get involved in a group? Now, when you look at what is expected, most of the time we are so lost in our own needs and our own expectations. A mother who has, children, who has a child with special needs or a neurodiverse children, is her body language is always, can somebody play with my child? Can somebody play with my child? That is the thing. We all know that as educators. So now there is a group of other women, and there is a group of children, neurotypical children, and they say, okay, go play with he or she, whoever is neurodiverse. I'm sorry, I'm sometimes very blunt, in the way I explain. And so these children, say for example, it is the age group of 5 or 6. If you have observed children, if you understand as an educator and you look at children, how do children play? How does the play intensify and give them happiness? It is response. Only when one child responds to another child, the play is intensified. When there is no response,
the child is
does
bored.
play happen? There is no play. Is it fair on our part as adults to expect one group of 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds or even 10-year-olds or even teenagers without training them, without really training them to go and, play with a child who does not respond? What are we doing here? A child who is supposed to be playing, who's very vibrant, you are telling that child, you play with a child who does not respond at all,
Respond.
will they know how to do it? Will they know how to get response?
No.
And then what do we do? This child will try because they listen to mama or papa or the teacher, whoever is giving them an instruction. This child will try. A child will go, hey, can you play with me? You know, X, can you play with me? Come, come, come. Is X responding? No, X will not respond. And the other child, what will the child do? After two, three
Comes back
attempts,
to the teacher and says, okay, she's not coming to
teacher,
play.
mother, father, in the community, wherever we are trying. So the parents of neurotypical children, to prove that they have empathy, they will make an attempt. Do they know how to train these children to play with the other children?
No.
They have no idea at all. Do these children know how to play with these children? So it is such a, it's very paradoxical, very tricky situation. So as an educator, I have to be very careful about who I am putting to play with whom. Is this child really at an age or at a mindset or has the intelligence to understand that it's okay, let the other not respond, I will still keep playing, I'm kind, I'm going to keep doing this. So play is a very tricky part at SARVAM. What we do here is we don't wait for the children to play with each other. We make the parents play with their children.
Okay.
We play with their children. So anybody that comes in for an inquiry at SARVAM, the first thing that I ask them is, yes, I understand, that your child does not play, does not copy. Have you tried crawling? Have you tried becoming a tiger? Have you tried becoming an elephant? Have you tried barking? Have you tried mewing? Why are you waiting for other children to come and bark and mew and run around and play hide and seek? You know you have a condition. You know you're the biggest influence in your child's life. The first thing that you have to understand is everybody wants a response. The response that you want from another child, another neurotypical child who can't understand, you first train yourself to get that response. Therefore, you play first with your child. So play at SARVAM is this way. We make the mothers sit and play with the children. The teachers play with the children. We tell the adults go out. So it is not possible for them to bring that kind of energy.
Yes.
Therefore, the concept of wellness. If your mind, body, heart, and soul are aligned, you will be able to do your job very happily, knowing that this child needs play because play is therapy for them. So how can I expect neurotypical children to do play therapy? I have to get play therapy done out of adults. So this is the method that we adopt. As in when we keep doing this, children start getting ready. And we have seen the impact of adults playing with the children, because for the child, it is not the age. The child is not bothered whether it is a 40-year-old playing with them or a 5-year-old playing with them. No, the child is not bothered about that. So we just have to be children ourselves all the time, and involve them in play. So that is what we do. So we send them with their shadow teachers. We send them with the teachers. We tell them, take a ball, go to the ground and keep playing. And then we keep up the volume like a child. We squeal, we make noise. And, if you come someday when you come and you see me with a child, that is what I do. I'm squealing and shouting and, okay, come on, I don't let them know that I'm an adult. And we just play with them.
So apart from play therapy, what are the other kinds of therapy you do provide for children with special needs in SARVAM?
SARVAM is an institution which is soaked in Indian philosophies, Indian culture. What I may say now may sound very arrogant or sound very, very different. But we are different. SARVAM is different. So SARVAM is on a mission to show to the world that we have therapies. We have our own therapies And the therapies that we have, India has, are way more impactful on the mind and body of the child than any other westernized therapies. We need those therapies as well. We need, occupational therapy, which is a term coined by the Western world. We need ABA. We need all of those, everything. But in my journey working with these children, what I have found is you need order. You need structure, a very good structure. You need structure in your therapy. You need structure to an extent that you know that it is working at the brain level. You know it is reaching down to the cells. And so in the journey of, in my journey of training with Mr. Natarajan on all of these things, the first therapy, because he himself is, is a yoga acharya, he's an international therapist itself. The first therapy that I found works at the cellular level and changes from within is yoga. So yoga therapy is the first one at SARVAM. That is the one thing that stands out for us, because yoga is very structured. It's very calm. It's very soothing. It is not about speed. It is not about results. It is never about how much you have achieved. Are you able to be this way or that way? Yoga is about the human being. And that is why yoga is always at the top. So the first therapy is yoga therapy. Now, when I'm talking about structure and, order, we're talking about having a very systematic way where we know that the brain is getting impacted. So we use all of the other elements of yoga, the other parts of yoga, there's chanting. Yes, there's breath work that we do. And there's just, the yoga nidra in yoga. We do all of these things. Mr. Natarajan will talk in detail about these things when he has his talk with you guys, with you.
So this is a routine you follow every day?
Yes, yes. Yoga is every day, every day. Movement is everything for a human being. You stop moving, everything stops. So movement is through yoga. When I talk about systematic, structured therapies, then dance, of course, for these children, and music. So, like I said, we're soaked in Indian philosophy and Indian culture. So, it is going to be dance is Bharatanatyam, and music is going to be classical music. So, both of us are students of an esteemed organization, and we are learning ourselves, and in our next session, we will elaborate on this as well. So these are some of the main therapies. But other than this, we do have occupational therapy. We do have speech therapists coming in. We also have ABA therapists coming in. We recommend ourselves. We have tie-ups with, therapists across Bangalore. So we tell the parents, that you can take the children here. But see, SARVAM is a school. It's not a therapy center.
Therapy center.
So we have subjects as well, right? We have to do the regular work. So we do English, math. Yes. And then we do all of the life skills as well. Teaching life skills itself can be therapeutic for children. So we do a lot of work where we instill life skills in the children, many subjects, many areas across many. And then, of course, we make them go through the normal drill of a school where we have an annual day, we have a market day, we have a sports day. So all of these things are done at every child's level. It's not like how it is in a regular school where we're all running, and, we want to showcase something. The drill, the practice is very slow. It's very basic. So we get these children to get used to listening to other people, listening to many people. Because
so how many hours in a day the children spend in the school?
Almost 5 hours. The preschoolers spend about 3.5 hours. the primary school children are there with us for 5 hours, sometimes even more than 5 hours. When we have events happening, then they are there for 6 hours with us.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
So you've been talking about the wellness. So the wellness of teachers, wellness of parents. So you are in a saying that these decide the wellness of the students. So what are the training programs you have for the teachers and the parents to achieve this wellness?
It is, see, we have separate programs for people who are not a part of SARVAM. Yeah, we have a 50-hour wellness training program for teachers. We came up with this program because, we realized that in the current century, in the current era, especially the last 10 years, women teachers are more in number. It was not like that before. Before India was so progressive, we only had male teachers.
Yes.
And therefore, the way education was completely different. But now we have women in the teaching field, especially in schools till grade 12. And we know how the drill is. Most women are loaded with trauma, loaded with stress. And
because they have
when
to
they
take
come
care of
into
the family, they have to take care of the household,
absolutely,
they have to come work, take care of the
so a
school.
woman, absolutely, a woman who's waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and coming to school at 9 o'clock, what are the energy levels? What are we going to be doing with those energy levels? We know. So it is
There's a lot of
it is,
anger, there's a lot of pent up
yes,
frustration.
frustration. So it is actually downhill.
Mm.
I think this is not just in India, this is across the world, because the number of women teachers have increased across the globe. It is women who are managing young children. And so women managing young children have to be happy women. They have to be happy all the time. So we came up with this program keeping this in mind, that we want teachers to learn to be happy, to, remember what they were as children and give them back a little bit of their energy, help them get their energy back, help them understand how to maintain the energy till 4 o'clock in the evening when you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, how to not get affected, how to stay calm. And first of all, understand that the nation is in their hands. And so, do we want the nation to be in the hands of happy people or depressed people? We want the nation to be in the absolutely. And therefore, the 50-hour program for teachers, we have 200-hour training programs for, yoga teacher training as well. And then anybody and everybody who's at SARVAM, the parents who are at SARVAM, they sign up. They just have to sign up. They have to attend. I mark them. I'm very rigid that way. And Rose and I, Mr. Natarajan keeps telling me, no, don't make it compulsory. He's the kinder one. I'm also kind, but still, I'm a little rigid. So when we take the admission and I'm sitting across and talking to the parent and I explain to them that, look, this is not at all about the child. The child is what you are. I want to see who you are. I want to see a better you, because I know that a better you can bring up a better child. And therefore, you have to go through all of the training sessions at SARVAM. You have to sit down with Mr. Natarajan. You have to attend my classes as well. And so I keep a note. We keep a note. And if we see that a parent has not attended any of the sessions, then I call them separately and sit down and I counsel them. I work with them separately and make them understand that, look, this is not going to be helpful at all. Because the biggest influencer in the life of especially a child with neurodiversities is the parent. No matter what you say, because they are the creators, they have created. And in this case, the creation is always dependent on the creator. They don't know who the others are. These children don't blend in, they don't merge, understanding that everything is all encompassing, everything is me, everything is, mine. They don't understand the meaning of that. All they understand is that my mother is mine, my father is mine, and at the most, my sibling is mine. That is the kind of understanding that they have. So therefore, anybody and everybody, a grandparent, an uncle, aunt, whoever is in the child's life, we sit down, we get that cleared, we have a checklist where we understand who are the people behind the child, and they have to attend our training programs. They listen to me, they come to the classroom. Our teachers are throughout in training with me, understanding all of these concepts, because
So
caregiving.
at the end of the training, they're very happy for attending it.
Absolutely. But you know what happiness is, right? Happiness is a very variable factor for many people. It's very, very variable. You have the choice, everything is in your hands, you know. But at the end of the day, you can be happy only if you have bowed down and you have accepted what is given to you. Happiness is directly connected to acceptance. So if there is no acceptance, there is no happiness. And therefore, the training works, or the training modules are in such a way that we help parents to accept.
That's so, so wonderful. So for the final question of the night, tell us how as a society we can be more inclusive. This is one question we put across to all of the people coming to the Talk to the Expert series.
Thank you. You know, this is a question where I can just go on and on and on for hours together, because, you know, you're going to be surprised, but I don't like the word inclusion in reality.
Okay.
You know, we are no one to include and exclude anyone.
That's so
Everybody's
true.
included. Everybody's included in everything. So I don't know why we keep using this word. For years, whenever I meet parents, or I'm in, you know, in a public forum speaking to parents, I am just telling them, I pray that one day we find no use of this word. You know, I know it's going to take some time. I may not be here on this earth by the time, but I am hopeful. I have confidence in the human race. I'm very hopeful. I'm a very positive person. I know that one day this word will be out. So inclusion to me is actually everybody. Everybody is, you know, a part of Mother Earth.
Yes.
So who are we to say, okay, you come, I will include you in this group. You go, I will exclude you out of this. So every time I meet, you know, fathers and mothers, and I'm talking to them, and they're so, the first question that they throw across to me is, how many children are there who are neurotypical and who are neurodiverse, for them to decide how much inclusivity they're going to get, and how much the child is going to be in an inclusive
environment.
Yeah. And my explanation to them always is this, that you are always including and excluding people. You know, you're in your apartment, the men badminton one group, cricket one group, and then politics one group. There's a BJP group, there's a Congress group, the women are in one group, there is a Bharatnatyam group, there is a Kathak group, the children are in different groups, you know, and then therefore inclusion and exclusion has already happened over there. What is the inclusion and exclusion you are asking me about? I don't know. So inclusion starts with, first of all, the adults understanding that there is a situation with our neighbor, there is a situation with our family member, there is a situation with our daughter, there is a situation with our daughter-in-law, son, son-in-law, whatever relationships. According to me, inclusion first starts with the husband and wife. If the husband and wife understand that they have to work together, and that they have to include the child with them first, and get the sibling to be with that feeling of inclusion, make the siblings understand. And then the second level, the grandparents. Then the third level, the relatives.
And then it comes out of the family.
Absolutely. So for me, according to me, empower yourself as a mother or a father, whoever is, you know, going through this or together, empower yourself in such a way that you are not at the hands or at the power of somebody else. Somebody is not having the power to make you feel
include,
included or
include or
excluded.
exclude. Yes.
That is how you have to feel. And that is what I want every person coming to Sarvam. I want them to feel this. And this is a journey. It's not easy. It is not at all easy. Like I told you from the first answer, the first question that you asked me, you are always going to somebody who's in a position of power.
Yes.
You always want a solution from somebody who's in a position of power. So
But
therefore,
the
you are
solution
always
lies with yourself.
within
That is
you.
something
Yes,
to remember.
absolutely. So inclusion and exclusion is within you. You include and exclude yourself. Why wait for? So I can go on and on giving a lot of examples, Don't give so much power to the other person with regards to your child, especially a child with neurodiversities, that you are made to feel as a parent, first of all, less, that you are less. And therefore, there is a need for inclusion. And therefore, there is this need in you to go and ask somebody, can you please include me? No. So according to me, inclusion and exclusion starts with a normal person, a normal human being who doesn't see who's in front of them, who's not in front of them. To them, there is no neurotypical, there is no neurodiverse. Please come. We are neighbors, we are family, we are husband and wife. Let's do this together. And in this, what we do is we use the consciousness model, consciousness focused education model. The expert of this model is Mr. Natarajan. He's the subject matter expert. When you talk to him, he will talk more technical about this model, and you will get an idea about how actually this technique has become an important tool for us at SARVAM. Consciousness, the word itself says a lot of things. I don't want to elaborate too much because I think no matter how much I talk, the technical person who is the subject matter expert and the holder of this, this system should talk about this. So therefore, to deal with inclusion or exclusion, and for the community to actually come up to a level where they understand there is no inclusion, exclusion, we are all in the same, we're just coming and going, we are passing by. Work with this model, work with.
So I love the way you said it. When we're all children of the earth, who are we to include or exclude?
Absolutely.
That is something I love. The way
It is you thinking too great of yourself if you say that, I'm an inclusive school, come here. No, I never want to. I always want to be humble and be so thankful that,
it is like
we have
if
people.
a star is just a speck in the universe, who are all we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for understanding that. And I have been blessed to come to this understanding by being in a group of people who are higher in their thinking, who have the knowledge, who possess the knowledge, who distribute this knowledge to people like me. And then I can go and work with these parents, I can work with children, and I can make them understand, come on, it's you. Just get up and come, let's go, kind of work. And you just work. That's all.
So thank you so much for coming to our platform today. The Spectrum Autism is very thankful to have Swati here today.
A blessing. It is a blessing to be here as well. Thank you on behalf of the entire
team. So if you're watching
now.
this, please do take a pledge and saying that I take the pledge to be inclusive of everyone and accept the unique. Even though Swati ma'am said as who are we to be inclusive, but the society as such now is not very inclusive, and so we are asking you to take the pledge. So take a video and send it to us.
Yes, take a video, all of you, and send it to them. Send it to Spectrum Awareness Project.
And to all the poets out there, we are having May is for Moms, a poetry recitation on May 12th. So we ask you to head over to our page and write a tribute to your mom or what motherhood means to you in your mother language. And we also have a quote calendar coming up for the year 2025. And we want you to tell us that what inclusion means to you. So we are looking for 365 quotes for the next year. And we all hope that you participate. Thank you so much, Swati ma'am.
Participate, all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Mayal ma'am, for having me. This was wonderful, and everybody stay blessed. Thank you for listening to us. Whoever is
Have a
out there
great
listening.
evening and a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night.